Today I'm going to discuss, I think, the cancellation of Final Fantasy Versus 13. Now, an awful lot of people are sobbing into the pillow about this cancellation, and I feel I need to temper their sadness.
Dry the tears, mate.
I mean, it's not exactly like a state secret that I've had my battles with the grating, bubbly Animu monolith known as Square Enix, and I can't lay the conflict solely at the feet of Square Enix's continued sort of abasement and degradation of its own franchises. Or even at the fact that for the entirety of the PS2's life cycle, they seem to regurgitate every conceivable JRPG cliche like week old CUD and tried to sell it to you as a brand new IP. Oh, what's that? You enjoyed Final Fantasy X? Well, you'll love penultimate Final Fantasy III. With all the walking comb-overs, with more belt buckles than personality traits and heady narrative contrivance you've come to invite with quivering anus. No, in my opinion, it's not all their fault. Indeed, I think when I chose the title of my second episode as Final Fantasy VII equals balls, I tended to sort of rile the fucking waters just a smidge.
Shameless plug.
So let's just get it right on. Let's get it out of the way. All right. I don't even like the good Final Fantasy video games all that much. And I've admitted this on multiple occasions. You know Final Fantasy VI, the 16-bit messiah that every disillusioned fanboy hurriedly alleges is the last known point of genuine brilliance for the series? Yeah, I wouldn't piss on it to extinguish a fire. Not that it's bad, it's just nothing I'm particularly interested in. And believe me, I've given it more spins than a Tasmanian Victrola. Yes, I made a Victrola reference. It's just not up my fucking alley. Having offered up that disclaimer, and now having set the stage for my self-evident disdain for the series at large, I want to make the following supplication, the following plea to all of you in the audience. If you find yourself at such a dark, disillusioned place in your miserable existence that you actually express disappointment in Square Enix's admission that they've elected to cancel the fucking vaporware that is Final Fantasy XIII Versus, seek fucking therapy. If every entry in the series since motherfucking 7 hasn't soured you on the series, what in the fuck franchise won't you part your twitching lavender-scented anus for? Fold your cheeks, drop your skirt, and grow some standards. I mean, you're like a battered spouse at this point. No matter how many times Square Enix gets their load on, no matter how many times they get drunk and beat you from pillar to post with a fucking keyblade, you're almost reflexive and anticipatory in your desire to lie to your friends and say, oh, I fell down the stairs. Square Enix isn't going to learn anything until you bust out the pepper spray, shout, let go of my purse, and I don't know you, before reeling back and kicking them flush in the fucking pills. All right? Final Fantasy Versus 13 didn't look that good. On its best possible day, it looked incrementally less shit. And when that becomes the measuring bar, you may as well bury that limbo stick in the fucking ground, because you set the bar so apocalyptically low at that point, you'll need round-trip fare to China to fucking participate. A nation deserves its leaders, and more to the point, a game deserves its publishers. I'm Razörfist, God fucking.